Good afternoon, everyone. I am Stockton City Manager Harry Black. This afternoon, you will also be hearing from Stockton Police Chief Stanley McFadden and Stockton Mayor Kevin Lincoln. As we will continue to do throughout this ordeal, we wanted to provide a situational update to the public this afternoon. First, I would like to extend condolences to the victims and their families. Please know that we are doing everything that we can to keep the city safe and to apprehend what looks like to be a single person who has committed these crimes, although we continue to chase down evidence to definitively confirm this fact. Daily, Stockton Police Department monitors numerous data points related to crime throughout the city. As such, we know what the city's historical patterns are when it comes to crime, not unlike how we know about our own personal health. As we know ourselves, we know our city as it relates to crime. Through its daily data analysis protocol, Stockton PD has discovered an irregularity in the standard pattern of crime this year. This series of homicides is abnormal for Stockton, and as such, Stockton PD has stood up a task force, including its own resources and resources of our external partners. Chief McFadden will talk more about this shortly. In addition, we are offering an unprecedented $95,000, now $115,000 reward for information that directly leads to the capture of this person. At this time, you will hear from Chief McFadden, and then he will be followed by Mayor Kevin Lincoln, after which we will entertain a couple of questions. Chief.
Thank you. As I said before, we would reconnect with all of you when we have some more case developments, and that's why we're here today. I first want to address the comments regarding Stockton having a serial killer. You know, that's what's been messaged. That's the big question that we keep being asked. By definition, these shootings are a series of killings, and so we do believe we could have potential serial killer. That's how we're going to treat it as such. At this time, we don't know if it's a person or persons. As I said before, we have absolutely no evidence that connects a person or persons to any of these incidences. But we are still receiving tips, and we still will continue to review those tips, and hopefully more information will come forward. We have some video footage that we're going to show you here today. It's going to be a very short video. And when you all see the video, I want you to pay close attention to the uneven stride that this person has. Again, this person is a person of interest. Again, we have no evidence that connects this person as committing any of these crimes, but it's a person that we are interested in talking to. Also with that, we also want you to notice just how upright this person's posture is. You know, I like to think we all have a normal gait and walk about us when we walk around, but this person's posture is extremely upright and it's noticeable. That's something else that you'll be able to notice on a video once we show that. With that, as far as interconnecting these cases, we've done that through ballistics, and once you start working with ballistics, the process gets very slow. It takes a long time to confirm the information, and it takes a long time to get those official reports. But we do have ballistic evidence that are linking our cases, and accompanied with some video footage as well. We have 7 cases linked, and I'm just going to give some quick stats on these cases. We find that the average age of the victim is 42. We find that the sex of the victims are mostly male. We also find that the races are mostly Hispanic as well. I'm going to talk about the days between these incidences that we believe may have a connection. Between the incident 1 and 2, there are 6 days. In between incident 2 and 3, there's 448 days, which is quite some time from when incident 2 happened as compared to when incident 3 had occurred. Between incident 3 and 4, it was 34 days. Between incidents 4 and 5, it was 19 days. Between incidents 5 and 6, it was 22 days. And between incidents 6 and 7, it was 6 days. Of these 7, one of them occurred outside the city. It occurred in Oakland, and we've been partnering with Oakland Police Department to have tabletop discussions as far as what information we have. Another development we've had is we had the opportunity to interview our only surviving victim. The circumstances regarding this victim took place last year. This was a black female adult. She was in her tent when she heard someone walking around her campsite. When she came out of her tent, she encountered someone holding a gun at her. There's multiple shots at her as she tried to defend herself by advancing at the suspect. At that time, the suspect lowered his or her shooting platform. She provided us a description of what she believed that person was at the time of the incident. She described that person between 5'10" and 6 foot, wearing all dark clothing, wearing a dark COVID-style mask that was concealing his face, and wearing a dark jacket as well. As she said, there's no words mentioned at all. As you heard, the reward amount keeps increasing, and I'm not surprised. I've met some incredible people in this community that are passionate about this community. I think when trauma occurs, that's when we're stronger in this community, and it shows that. I anticipate the reward to continue to increase. I think it's in excess of $100,000 right now. You know, and I want to thank everyone from the media, the community leaders. Everyone has really rolled up their sleeves and tried to provide us tips. You know, we have the tip line open. People are serious about this. A lot of people are calling in. They're emailing. Hey, how about this person? Hey, take a look at this. You know, I'm glad that we're all doing the heavy lifting together, and that's what makes Stockton great. As we continue to get more information, we're going to continue to outreach with everyone. You know, I want to thank the men and women in this police department that have not gone home. That's how serious they have been about these cases. I want to thank our law enforcement partners. You know, all of our neighboring agencies have reached out. You know, I spoke again with the sheriff today. He's given us all his resources at our disposal, including technology that they're onboarding. So everyone is in this together. We have our state and federal partners that are doing some heavy lifting with some of our video processing and other evidence that is very time consuming to get through. But we've built an all-star team of dedicated folks that have the skills, knowledge, and ability to bring a capture to this person. Now I want to turn over to Mayor Lincoln.
Thank you, Chief. As we're gathered here this afternoon to discuss this recent string of homicides that we now know, we've known that they're interconnected, let's not forget the fact that to date, the city of Stockton, we've suffered the loss of 43 total Stocktonians. There's not a word that can be said, there's nothing that we could do that will bring back those lost loved ones. So my deepest and heartfelt condolences to the families of those victims of the senseless act of violence. There's one thing I know about the city of Stockton is that we are resilient. And when we experience and we go through adversity, like the chief said, we come together, we find a way. We've had to do that over these last few years, beginning with COVID and now to where we're at today. So my expectation, and I know that that is not going to change for the city of Stockton. The chief, as mentioned just a moment ago, he's assembled a task force of professionals and experts that I know will not stop until justice is served. But the bottom line is we cannot do this without the help of the community. I want to thank our community partners, because this is a public-private nonprofit partnership that's taking place right now in order to bring justice to those families who deserve it right now, who've lost those loved ones. That's the least that we could do for these families, is help bring some sort of justice and closure to these families. And a big part of that is getting this individual or these individuals off the street. And that's what we're committed to here in the city of Stockton. So, to the constituents and to the residents of the city of Stockton, you're empowered. You're empowered right now to submit information that you may know that leads to the arrest of an individual or individuals that are responsible for these murders. to the small business community that have stepped up and have donated generously to the city of Stockton to aid in these efforts, thank you very much. To our faith-based community that continues to pray every single day, thank you for the sacrifices that you're making. Thank you for holding this city up. We cannot do it without you. And I want to encourage you to continue to do those things, because we know that it takes work to get these things done, and that's what we're committed to in the city of Stockton. That's what the chief and the team of professionals that this city has with the Stockton Police Department and our outside agencies that are partnering, that's what they do. That's what they do. So community, continue to do what you're doing in this process, and we're going to continue to do what we're going to do in this process. God bless you all. God bless Stockton.